Welcome back. We are here for Hissing Darkness, Whispers in Exile, Episode 6, the finale. So, a lot had happened last time. A lot of contest rolling. Oh my gosh. And it looks like we are left with, well, two and a half? I don't know. However we want to count it. A lot of sacrifice, a lot of blood going on last time. Collapse and things coming down and people escaping or finding their way into the engine, whether willingly or by necessity. So, you, in each in your own way, make your way through this tunnel of rippling reality and energy. It's changing and warping whatever it touches, including you, in whatever strange way you feel. It is like being in the middle of a storm that is buffeting you around. It is like being pushed and pulled by current that is stronger than the sea. And yet, it is something that does not have any light inside and eats away at the meager light sources that you might have on your person still. The geography of the engine is always twisting, warping, a dense kaleidoscoping fractal of dark heat. There is no red glow of heated metal, only unlight that fills your mouth, your nose, and your eyes. Trespassing within this territory of the engine will be incredibly dangerous without the proper blessings, tools, and equipment. The engine is alive. It responds to intruders. The engine has control here, and it will not willingly give that up. Cecile / Dr. Mullen, you find yourself here first, having jumped through, I believe.
Did this slip through liminal space?
Yes.
The two of us together then came out as one.
I want to know what feelings that you have, what thoughts you have as this combined being inside and outside. We may see you completely fused together in a new and strange way when the camera falls upon you again. What I want to know is what are the feelings and thoughts spilling into you at the moment that you come and feel this droning hum, the low roar of the engine churning.
Yeah. I didn't have time, but I fully intended to do half makeup. Uh,
Okay.
um, feel like, oh, do that.
It's fine.
But yeah, I think going through the slip together, the slip itself is kind of this really dark tunnel there because we're slipping through the liminal space of the darkness in this case, and coming out as one. It's almost like from the outside, it looks it looks like a like we had a child almost. Like it's got the similar features to both, and depending on the light or darkness of the area that we're in, the way the head is tilted or the body is moved, you could be taken for either one. It's unclear if it's shifting back and forth or if it's just like a trick of the light or dark. Um, I think from the inside, it's almost as if we are still just holding hands and like we have the perception of two people kind of sharing the same space but being able to perceive each other. Like we're each other's imaginary friend, and it's not clear which one is the real person.
And in this twisted space, I don't think it's easy to tell at all. Yeah. Jada, you tumble in through, well, time has no meaning here. I think you, in desperation, leaped into the miasmic maw, as it were, just to get away from the micro black holes and what you brought down with your nanites. Um, what are you thinking and feeling as you tumble through this very spiraling space? It feels like your body is being pulled and pushed and going into many different directions, even though you can see you're still solidly together. You're in mute.
Um, she's kind of scrambles up onto her feet and takes in the area to see the make sure this is where she needed to be. Um, I assume she can tell it hadn't been so warped that she can't tell this is the engine room. So as soon as she realizes that, well, don't necessarily agree with what they did, but they definitely opened the door to the place I needed to be. Um, that she needs to like go. She starts going through all the stuff she's collected for when she got to the engine for what she was thinking she needed to do, and hoping that none of it got damaged in all of the scramble to get to that portal, and then the fall, and then avoiding all this stuff. Because she took a few tumbles on the way here, and so I think her main focus is like do everything she grabs still in one piece. She's trying to not focus on any more like the ship's work. That's clear. It's been this way. Not don't focus on that. Just focus on getting the ships moving and out of this space, and trying to focus on that and not all of the weird crazy that's around her.
You can't help it. The metal corridors here twist and spiral. For a moment, physics halts. Your light sources bleed and streak towards an ephemeral singularity. Even here, the probing wires and conduits seek purchase in your flesh. This is for both of you. They want to interface, to deliver a sermon. Now, I will say that Dr. Mullen's condition as a key bearer provides a special rule where they are invisible to the mind of the engine. You can still physically be harmed by the hazards and the monsters here, but the engine itself will be unable to pull directly from those fears and motivations of the key bearer, or even offer fell bargains to them. However, because you are of a composite nature and mind, I think, Cecile, whatever you fear the most, same with Jada, whatever you fear the most, the engine is going to pluck it from your mind and manifest them in twisted physical form. So I ask you both, what do you fear the most?
I think Cecile's biggest fear is the mission failing altogether. Not only the whatever the end of the voyage colony not being established, but um, if and when it is, it going the wrong way and falling into a bad state.
That's pretty much the same place where Jada is. She's her greatest fear is that this thing that she helped create fails to get the humans aboard the ship to the new colony where they are supposed to have another chance at life. And so having this thing she's partially responsible for failing to do that would be her biggest fear.
I think the way this manifests is you each see this in your own way. I think the twisting tendrils of the tubing and the wires start to form like monitors in space, like holographic projections, and each of them will show you a different scene where I think for Cecile, I think it'll show the engine very much twisted and darkened, infused with something that is not natural energy, maybe even containing some of these sigils that you recognize from your experience in Dr. Mullen's. And it beats, the heart beats a very rotten, arrhythmic tone, and you can see the ship being propelled further into darkness. There's fewer stars to no stars. A strange pall eats into the ship, and you can see in the pods, it's almost like a camera or a monitoring system is showing you readouts or images of people in the cold sleep, and they are disturbed by dreams. They are going mad in their pods. And Jada, you too hear the engine churning and a rhythmic beating of a poisoned heart. And it too will show you in these holographic projections of the navigation being all wrong, going to no habitable planet, and again being consumed from these dark things inside. Maybe you don't see the cold sleep warrens becoming infused by shadow, but you do see the ship being steered into a form of space that is not of this dimension and remaining trapped there. What do you do? This is a space of semi-physical forms, fused with darkness, twisted and warped and pulled by forces that do not meet any principles that you know of in our universe. What do you do here as your set goal is gain control of the ship or destroy it?
I think the first thing Jada does is probably gonna be going through all the things she scavenged along the way and stuffed into her backpack. I
Okay.
know she has the bio augments, but I imagine that she's probably collected other things as she's been making her way through the ship. So I think what she's looking for is something that some of the parts that she was grabbing up along the way.
Mhm.
One of which was a few like storage devices, memory sticks, that sort of thing. Like she's of course pulled the memory out of that warped AI unit that Dr. Mullen was using.
Okay.
And she's trying to see if hunt for something that might still be salvageable that she might be able to use to reprogram
Got it.
this engine.
Okay. Um, That's a piece of equipment for the light die. And then the second light die is the question, which you have asked. So go ahead and roll 2 on the hunt roll, please.
All right. I got a 6.
Nice. All right.
Nice.
You get a token. Okay. And so I think, let me see what you've got here. Give me a second. Yeah. I think as the station architect and as well as an engineer, and you're looking through these items that you've scavenged, trying to find anything recognizable from the old ship that you knew so well. So even with this being a seething tear in reality, you realize, I think you realize that this is just a changed version of it. It's an adaptation. It is, well, for the engine, perhaps it's an upgrade, but you still recognize deep down underneath the workings of this thing. And mechanically, I'm going to tell you that one of its weaknesses is rituals, which your rituals would definitely help towards changing and reprogramming using repair or fabricate, however you want to do this. So you have a chance against the engine, but what I would definitely suggest is finding a way to reduce its endurance and make it weaker before you do a final confrontation with it.
Do you
Okay.
communicate that to us?
You do see,
I think
you
it.
both see each other in this space, but
Yeah.
you're being shown like different things on the different monitors, which essentially tells you it's like, this engine means you no good.
The feeling, have feeling.
Yep.
Right. I think she would say, like, are you here to save these people or to doom them?
I am here to save the mission, and the people are part of the mission. So, in the process of saving them, I will save people.
Well, then we need to get control of this engine because whatever it is, it's still our ship.
There's a moment when it's not that Cecile is talking to herself, but it looks like she is a little bit far away. And I think she is going to try to take on some of the, or take away some of the energy from the engine with uh, Mullen's parasitize ritual,
Absolutely. Okay.
leeching the energy from that.
Okay. So to try to reduce its endurance automatically is like, and you're going to use parasitize, so it's automatically a risk roll. So let's go into this. What do we think will go wrong in doing this move, in doing this ritual?
Goes the other way.
Yeah, that's
Right,
definitely
yeah.
one that'll like, you think you're drawing from it's drawing from you. It's like you're just making it stronger.
Yeah. Clearly, Cecile opens their mouth and then it opens his mouth much bigger.
Oh my
And then
gosh, we're just
they
like
go
in this
into
mouth
each other.
imagery. Good callback. Great, fantastic callback. Great. Okay. Take a light die if the task is something you're skilled at because of occupation, background, or useful equipment. What do you got?
Rituals.
Yep. Perfect. Dark die for risking definitely body because
And everything.
of the
Yeah.
ritual. Yep. And then a light die for accepting a devil's bargain, the most fun that we can have.
I would like to do that.
Yep. So what will happen no matter what? What do we think, Jonn?
Hmm. I no matter what.
Yeah. No matter how it rolls.
Wow. I think no matter what, the ship will release some sort of like almost antibody to protect itself.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if
Gotcha.
anything, very specifically, it's going to be the engine because you are
Yeah.
in the
Well,
engine's
I mean, yeah,
territory.
sorry, the engine will release something to protect itself, like
Yeah,
antibody-like things.
I agree. Because there are so many things that it can pull from other areas of the ship, especially since it's beating poisoned heart for sure. So it's either going to manifest it as I'm gonna bring it in, like perform like a slip kind of ritual itself to bring this thing in,
Mm.
or create the twisted reality that it's here, but it may not be real. Ooh, you know,
Real enough.
real enough, right? Right, right. So yeah, I can, yeah, that'll be what we can run with, like, so you can either accept it or not.
Yeah, I'll take that. That sounds great.
Okay, so two light, one
Two
dark,
light, one
please.
dark. Four lights.
Okay, dark die,
Okay.
add to reroll.
I think I need to sit on this one. I think I need to sit on this one.
Oh yeah, oh my god, you're both sitting so damn close at five for
I'm a double
five reroll.
five.
Damn, so bad, so bad. Okay, hold on. So that's a 4. All right, so you succeed. Yeah, I think what's happening. Okay, let me just like make a note here. Reducing endurance. I think what's happening is that. Well, tell me how you're like, tell me how it looks as you're parasitizing the ship's energy. I mean the
Yeah.
engine's energy. Sorry, trying to specify.
I think it looks like almost like Cecile is like standing at neutral position, but there are also arms, and it's hard to tell if they're physical arms or kind of like the impression of arms, kind of like coming up and out, and like palms out, kind of drawing uh, darkness from this ribbon space, I guess, trying to both siphon energy away from it and bolster myself with it.
Yeah. So you can feel like a sense of weakening, and Jada, the way this is coming out physically or visually, is that, like, any of the images on the screens, the holographic projections, are glitching.
Mm.
So as Cecile Mullen is doing this, I mean, like, you can see it's like drawing the unlight from the projections and making them glitch as if they're weakening. Okay, so count that as a reducing the endurance by 1.
Awesome.
Jada, what would you like to do? I would imagine to try and reduce some endurance. What would you like to do? Mute.
I'm sorry. People like my wife's going in and out, so I keep trying to mute.
Yeah, it's fine.
So I think what Jada does is after assessing what she has, she's gonna take whatever like memory stick, plug it into her like folding tablet, and start to go through the code to try to modify it so she can upload a new AI engine system in.
Nice. Okay. Hacking,
And
huh?
so she's like, yeah, it's kind of tapping away at trying to design something that will overwrite the current system.
Small but mighty. Why not? Okay. So I'm assuming that's fabricate, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Since you're saying that you're using like a tablet for this, then of course that'll be the piece of equipment for your first light die, and then the dark
Mm-hmm.
die for using the ritual fabricate.
Mm-hmm.
Second light die, devil's bargain. What do we think? No matter what.
Hmm. Um, so you're using the tablet to interface with those like holo terminals, right?
No, no, I'm using a tablet to plug the memory stick I pulled out of the
Memory
AI
stick.
that was for
Oh,
the that for yeah.
and what was the remind me about the AI that you pulled that memory stick from?
Oh yeah, when the I pulled the stick from the same AI that I got the armor that Jaxie was wearing.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled the memory from that burnt
Oh,
out android of Dr. Mullins.
Yeah, I
yeah.
think the was that. Sorry, remind me again. Was that Android Jexu's body?
Yes, it was.
Great. I think no matter what, um, Jexu's personality was in that chip, and it goes into the engine, whatever that means.
Okay. I anything else,
Hold on, let
Matt?
me think. I'm thinking. No matter what, give me a second. I'm always amazed. Like I just have to sit back and like look and just watch and go, so good. Um, hmm. Yeah, I think no matter what, I think I'm gonna tweak that particular thing a little bit. I think across your screen, as you're trying to create this piece of code, I think you're going to see like, like glitching and like a static kind of signal, and you'll get a voice recording or something like that that kind of like blips onto your screen, and it'll be something that sounds like Jaxu saying, "Jada, are you there? Jaxu, it's me, Jaxu. I'm here."
I think I'm gonna go with Mark's only because I want it to be too late by the time I find this. That is Jackson.
Perfect. It's fine. It's okay. I'm okay with this. It's all good. It's all good. Okay.
Like this will be too early. She might not go through with it. But
Mm-hmm,
if it's
mm-hmm.
like after it started, would that be the ideal time? So it's like I want that, but I want to defer.
Okay. So two light, one dark, please, on a risk roll.
Uh, oh man, four. I'm
You can
sticking
add a
with it.
dark
I'm
dot.
not.
Okay. I mean,
I don't
I'm
want to
just
re-roll.
saying.
If I
I
re-roll the whole thing, I gotta take the new result, and
You do. You do.
I don't.
Not feeling lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Sorry. Oh shit. I'm sorry. Okay. Risk roll. All right. So this is a 4. So you succeed. Tell me what this looks like as you are, making this piece of coding and you're getting ready to, yeah.
Well, I think it kind of looks like we're so far in the future. All that horrible hacking animation they did in movies in like the '90s. It actually is how it looks now, and it's not like
Mm-hmm.
real campy. It's just the way it looks,
Right.
where
Right.
you
Right.
see her swiping your hand, moving
Mm.
things around, and
Yeah.
like putting it in code springs into existence and changes and modifies it, and she's basically using the like information fortunately because the AI was partially corrupted by the darkness, it actually makes this AI interface more in line with what what she's looking at with the bio augments and everything. So this actually, I think she actually has something that should in theory work with the new hardware. This firmware should work with the new hardware.
Excellent. Yeah. I mean, and so in that case, it's like, once you introduce it into the system, then it is reducing another point of endurance for the engine. And again, I'm just going to remind Cecile Mullen. um, yeah, Dr. Mullen's fears and motivations are completely blocked or invisible to the engine being the key bearer. Um, but I think there are, again, some of these wires that are sensing what you did, Cecile, and
Yeah.
you feel like there's it's a kind of like an EMP pulse, but it's not going out to you and it's not affecting you, but it is going out to somewhere in the ship. And I
Mm.
think this is where you will hear like a distinct roar, like a
Oh.
very drippy, distinct roar. Sounds familiar.
Hmm.
I think you remember this thing, and
Yeah.
it's coming very closely. There is again some entryways here. There's like some twisty vents. There's some access points like through warped grating. But I mean, any way you shake it, I mean, you hear this distant um, roar coming closer, and this metallic screech as if there's claws like thundering down on metal. So yeah, maybe even there's the look of these membranous eyes with movement behind them, pushing against the membrane. Little mechanical things that are pushing against a membrane and wetly dropping out from these darkened entryways.
Mm. Can I, with what I've drawn from the engine, can I kind of interrogate that new stuff that I have to see if I can find out something about about those things,
Mm-hmm.
either like a way to keep them at bay or
Mm-hmm. Yes.
talk to them or understand something about them, I think.
Yeah, not a problem. So you're using some of like your gained tech slash occult means
Hmm.
to kind of like connect with this stuff, and you're asking the question about like what it is or like how it could possibly help.
Yeah.
Okay, so then run 2 dice on the hunt roll, please.
2 dice on hunt. That's a 5.
Okay. Counter something terrible. Well,
And encounter something else
No.
terrible.
yeah. Okay, so all right. Let
Hey.
me just do it. Like, let me just do the good news first. Okay, so again, I think you're finding out with this collection of stuff as they're speaking to you.
Hmm.
This is a separate thing from the engine, per se. Whatever's corrupting the engine, whatever's twisting it, is of a different reality, perhaps even of a different dimension. The things that you met outside that are infusing itself with the ship are a separate entity. They are working with and against all different things. They're working with and against the engine.
Hmm.
And it's letting you know that key bearers themselves are a weakness because the engine can't read them. The
Mm.
engine can't find them. The engine isn't aware that they're there.
The engine knows about these other things and is
Yeah.
working against them.
Yeah, I mean like it has like it has a what's the word? Not tenuous. It has like an uneasy um existence with
Hmm.
them, you
Hmm.
know? As it's trying to exert more control over the ship, it's like it's kind of using those things, those other things, the dark things in service to feeding it.
Mm.
Like imagine like, you've got the predators killing the prey, but then like, this is kind of like the scavenger that comes on behind and will take what's left, right?
Mm.
So, I mean, in a way, it's kind of like, using it in a very ugh, gross, like symbiotic type of thing. So, but that, again, it is weakened through these rituals that you all have available to you. And the key bearers, again, are those that can enter and can affect the engine without being traced. But unfortunately, some of these other things, of course, will be able to see key bearers and
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
that has gotten in its way before. And I'm going to say that the complication, the encountering something terrible, is like, where you hear the very familiar screech and roar of the maze beast. It is here.
Mm.
It is hungry. It is dripping. But because of this twisted place, the dark oily fluids that you saw in that space of the maze, it's dripping anti-gravity upwards from the floor grating.
Mm.
And it's like mercury that's floating in space, but dark and iridescent. And these ferrofluid spikes are pulsing in time with the beat of the engine as you see them. And you see, I think, through the twisted floor grating, you see like the beginnings of those claws, like kind of poking through, as if it's like trying to seek out where you are. And those membranous things that dropped out of some of the entryways, they're starting to scratch at the membrane, and then you see these little tiny claws poke through.
Jada, do you have anything? Can you shut it down?
I'm working on it. I just need to get this connected and uploaded. Give me a second. I will try to now connect once I finish um, making the changes to the AI. I will make the hacking attempt to try to upload the AI to overwrite the interface. I need time.
Well, I'll see if I can get you some time, but it's like coming fast, so we're going to have to work fast.
I'm gonna make a different point here, since you are a composite being, Cecile Mullen. I think we used Dr. Mull. Did you use Dr. Mullen's ability? Yes, to reduce
Yeah.
some of the endurance. If you want, you can use Cecile's, like something of Cecile's, to try and reduce the endurance, and then therefore bring it down yet another point if you want.
Oh, yeah. Oh, are we like am I in proximity to Jada? Like, could I? I'm not sure exactly like where we are in if space means anything here.
Imagine it kind of like an Escher type of thing, or the
Mhm.
I forget what they call those staircases. Um, but I mean, basically, it's kind of like, you're close but yet apart.
Right, right.
So like, maybe you're on a tilt, and then like, Jada's kind of like
Yeah.
overlooking you, but like from a
Like
weird angle.
labyrinth staircases kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Like it's like totally messed up. Physics do not work here, okay?
Well,
At least not the way we normally think of.
would I be able to fabricate like a rope or something that I could drop up to Cecile?
I mean, again, if you still have spots in your backpack, I'm okay if you want to look up some shit and just like plop it in there, and I won't ask you to do a different role for that, you know?
Okay, because either that or I have to fabricate, which is
No,
more risk.
don't even worry about that. I would just like, see if you can
Yeah.
plop a piece of equipment from the backpack list, and just like, use a spot.
Okay.
I'm not
I see
gonna.
a spool of wire, so I
Perfect.
think that would make sense for something she's had in her bag. So
Yeah.
I'll plop that in.
No problem. Go for it. Okay. But in the meantime, Cecile, so you are trying to do what
I
to
think I
break
would
this
like to
down?
help Jade by networking with the haunted data sphere. So while Jada is like typing away and doing her minority report interface stuff, I flip down my Datasphere AR lens and kind of like go into that like AR space that Jada's interacting with and see if I can in a more physical virtual manner kind of help with those stuff she's doing.
Okay, great. All right,
Be
so
be, be
let's.
her Clippy.
All right, so first off, what could go wrong in trying to do this? Hmm. Yeah, I think like, your Cecile uh, persona is not invisible to the engine, and the engine is
Right.
going to lean harder into getting
Mm,
you to see your fears manifest and freaking you out enough that you're not going to be able to help, for
yeah.
sure. So, dark die for using the network ritual, and then a light die. You're using the data sphere, so that's a
Yeah.
piece of equipment. That's fine. Devil's bargain time. So, what do we think will happen no matter what in doing this? You
Hmm.
already have a monster on your tail, so
Mm-hmm.
um, what else could we think of? Oh, I know.
Oh,
Here's a devil's bargain. So no matter what, there is the possibility of you networking so hard to help Jada that it locks you away from Dr. Mullen's part of the persona and possibly all the benefits therein. That could be too harsh, but again, it's something that I
I would like
wanted
to
to
hear a
offer.
different bargain.
Yes, go ahead.
right.
Got a different bargain? Like, not quite so severe?
Like, no matter what,
Mhm.
you are going to cause some sort of inversion in reality
I like the
in
sound
this
of that.
space.
I don't see anything wrong with that. I will definitely accept that bargain.
Okay. Alrighty.
Only be
Accept
where
a
I
blank
pay
check.
it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Two light, one
right.
dark, please, on
Two
risk.
light, one dark. That's a 4 dark. It is a
Okay.
4. It is a 4.
And it's not higher than your rune, so your
It's
rune
not
doesn't
higher
go
than my
up, but
ruin.
you stop at 4 because
this
it's
is good.
dark. Yeah.
That's that.
Okay, that's that. Okay. All right. So you do succeed. You do network. Remind me of the specific thing that you're trying to do
So
with this.
as Jada is kind of like working in the interface,
Hmm.
I'm kind of projecting myself into that sort of virtual space uh, as a like a embodied helper for what she's doing in the haunted data sphere VR
Ooh.
environment. I think that looks like as like the Dr. Mullen arms are kind of sucking the energy out. It's
Hmm.
almost like you see the sort of like ghost image of Cecile turning around and like locking eyes with Jada and helping out with that.
Oh my. Okay.
It's like this kind of weird.
Would you like to say that that's also part of the reducing endurance? Yeah, because I mean, like, a 4 is
Yeah,
still
yeah,
a
yeah,
success. It's just
yeah.
complicated. How would you think that, given your devil's bargain, that this is inverting reality
Hmm.
to complicate things?
Does it bring the creatures into the data sphere or allow the creatures to come into the data sphere as well, like physically being able to
Oh,
like attack
Hmm.
Cecile
you've
as
created the mirror
they're,
universe.
they're
Crap a doodle
black
do.
black ice. Yeah.
Oh shit.
You have destroyed the barrier between the data sphere and reality.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's what it is.
I love it. Okay, so hold on. Broken barrier between
It's
reality
all gonna work out.
and data sphere.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. I think the little monstrous nanite things are like virtual Cecile is seeing that these little nanites are breaking out of their membrane and popping out and
Hmm.
transcending the virtual reality and making their way to you,
Hmm.
virtual space and the haunted space. Whoops. Okay.
Oopsie.
Whoopsie. um, yeah, so they're like, yeah, they're holy crap. Okay. So good news though, good news is that the engine's endurance is reduced, and the way that you see this manifest, both of you can see this, is that the arrhythmic beat of the engine's heart like seems more labored now,
Mm.
as if it's slowed, right? So I mean, like first it was really intense, but just again, like beating erratically. Now it's kind of like it like went from and it's like it's contemplating, it's thinking, it's wondering what the hell's wrong. You get this idea that there's a question in the air, and I think the currents of the flowing darkness increase. You feel more push, you feel more pull, Jada and Cecile Mullen. I mean, even in the data space,
Yeah.
you're gonna feel this happen. And then in the meantime, and Jada, you'll see this from your vantage point on your weird stare. Um, you're going to see like there's claws poking through. Like this is the monster from the maze space, which you may or may not have heard, Jada, when you were near there. But I mean, like,
Hmm.
you know, we see the claws like coming through the grating and then like kind of like tearing it quickly down. But all you still see is like inky blackness, like in that space. The roars are still heard though, screeching sounds.
Okay. So, w- can I assume that once I started the upload, I can do other things, or do I need to continuously focus on this to continue this upload? I'm
No, I
trying
mean,
to figure out.
but I mean, like,
Well,
I think if you decide to continue on with this, you're going to be in danger because now I keep mixing it up and it's not the same thing.
the
Sorry.
engine.
The
Yes.
engine
Yeah.
knows that you're there. You are in
Hmm.
this place. It's
Hmm.
lair. You're in its
Oh, I
lair.
mean, yeah, I get there's danger. I just want to make sure, like, is there a danger to this like overriding code if I try to do something about go do something else and leave this unattended? Like, will it just tick bars or will it just stop at 20% until I come back to it?
I mean, what are you going to do to distract the engine from noticing that what you're doing?
I mean, I don't think there's, but oh man. Oh wait, I know I can. We're the reality between like the reality and data sphere are no longer two separate
Oh,
places.
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
You can affect that space too. Mm-hmm.
yeah, so what I think Jada's going to do is, she has collected these bio augmentations. I think she is going to try to fabricate her own antibody or black ice.
Nice.
Nice.
Icebreakers.
Nice.
Because
Okay.
why not do as many rituals as possible? It's like
Absolutely. Come on, you're in the space. For
you
sure.
can't take ruin with you. Might as
Exactly.
well
Okay.
burn it.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Again, let me remind you all. So, if you find any hunt tokens, you can tell me at any time you want to trade
Hmm.
it in for something useful. Um, yeah,
I've got
I
one.
don't suppose we could complete this set with hunt tokens, right?
you can. Oh, yeah, this
Yeah,
still works. That still totally
Oh, okay.
works.
we just need
But
one more.
yeah, just need one more.
Oh,
Oh my God.
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think instead, I I think I'm going to analyze the bio augmentation to see what I can do with them. So I think because I think a hunt would be more appropriately like, what can I do? Can I change our ship signal or something like so it thinks for something else other than
Oh,
I can't remember what the thing they call when you change that thing to your ship broadcast is a different ship.
oh,
What's
the IFF.
Yeah, it's like some
Yeah,
term, but like, change it. So we'll
yeah.
broadcast is something that should be here. So maybe that. So I'm trying to create a mask for us potentially.
Okay. So
It may not last.
is this as an offense or defense against the engine?
This is the defense.
Okay.
I'm effectively trying to try to create a mask of like we're broadcast, like the engine will perceive us as something other than the humans that are in the engine.
Okay. Fair.
I
Okay.
mean,
So
that may not necessarily be good in and of itself, but it'll be different. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, sure, not a problem. Okay, so 2 on the hunt roll, please. Asking the question and using
Okay.
some equipment.
Okay. Question is, how is it possible to make ourselves indistinguishable from the other
Hmm.
living entities in this space?
Sure.
So two light,
On the hunt. Yep.
one hunt. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely clicking the wrong thing. Let me do it. Here we go. Oh wow!
Yes. Nice.
Oh wow!
Nice, nice, nice. You get
Jada
another
rolls way
token.
better than Jackson.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Right.
Oh my
This
gosh.
adds up.
Okay. All right. So, tell me
To
what
the
signal
surprise of no one. Oh, sorry.
tell me what signal you program into the piece that you're using to tell, or actually just tell me what kind of code that you're posting into the engine to make it think that you're what are you trying
Okay,
to tell it
so
that it sees. Yeah,
I
that's what it
I
is.
I think I pulled the bio augments from the satellite
Yes.
that was in. I
Hmm.
think I'm using those bio augments to get the whatever would make us project as that.
Mhm.
For I don't. It's like I technically don't
Oh,
know that this will help, but I think I'd rather it think we were the satellite entity than
Yeah,
to think
yes.
it is weak, puny humans that it could crush easily.
Interesting. Okay.
fantastic.
All right. Yeah, so I think what happens is it's like, the monitoring holograms switch into something else. So I think what happens is that you've plugged in the bio augments, and it's like the monitoring systems and the images have changed. So instead of pulling through your fears, like it's like it was trying to give you like all these images of these things that you're seeing of doom to the ship. Okay, you are getting some weird buzzing and humming as it's coming through, and it there's a readout that the shows you two as forms from the satellite. It's almost like giving like schematics of this is what it's sensing. Like you are both these satellite entities that have embedded itself somehow into the engine room. So I think that's, and it just gives this interrupting signal that's just uh, interrupting its reading of humans or whatever you end up being here. Um, yeah, and your little drive is inexorably like just plugging through and like processing. Maybe 48%. I don't know. There you go. The noise has stopped. Ah, there it is again. Eesh. Okay. Not sure what's going on. All right. Well, that's okay because we're at a great point to take a break. So we'll figure this out like offline. So let's take 10 minutes. All right, and then we can get Amanda sorted, and then we can come back and see what happens. Oof.
Alrighty.
All right. Cool.
Okay, there's a one.
Give me a second. Okay. So as the ship is, excuse me, as the engine. God, I gotta get my terms straight. Hold on.
Very
As
important
the
now.
very important now, as the engine is registering that Cecile and Jada are bits of the satellite that have manifested here. As the maze beast starts to tear apart certain things to try and find Cecile, and Dr. Mullen's persona is invisible to the engine. What appears here in the engine's lair, Amanda? What is your new character?
My new character, after the unfortunate demise of Hart, is a background of strange AI. This is a strange artificial intelligence. Occupation interface. This is a strange artificial intelligence that is meant to interface with the people on the ship. Most likely is supposed to interface with the crew. My name is the ship. My pronouns are it. And I am alive. As far as what I consider to be alive. What does being alive even mean? Being afraid of death? Perhaps. Because my goal, my drive, is to survive. And what appears is it's not a person. It's not even really a figure. It's just a manifestation of light and energy, a hologram. It doesn't have a mouth or eyes or a nose. There's nothing human about it. It's just pieces of light that shimmer and shake when trying to speak emotionally as far as what it can assume emotion would be in terms of what it's trying to say and what it's programmed to do. Unfortunately, the program is darkened.
It's probably because you are able to manifest now that the engine is weakened and has been weakened by the Cecile Mullen and Jada. So as this sneaky little code from Jada's drive is being loaded into the engine, I think you all will see. Again, the unlight here is leaching from any meager light sources that you may have, including the ship's emanation. You see a mouth deep within the center of this place. It is all mouth. It has no mouth. The engine is everything here. There's nothing here. And it's pulling at the molecular forces holding you together, whatever form you are taking, while threatening to reshape you in its image. This is what bears down upon you at this point. What do you do? This is a question for all of you.
Oh, I go into my backup systems and my backups of backups. I go through my programming and every piece of code that I have that connects whatever the engine is connected to me to try and subvert its control.
Okay. How would you specifically like to do that?
I want to look for where those connections are in my code. And I want to not disable them, because the engine does, in a lot of ways, power me.
We do kind of need it.
I do need it, but I don't want it to be the brain.
Right.
And I don't want its ability to think, to control my ability to think. I'm my own AI. I don't need that one.
Yeah. Okay. So, brain. Hunt roll?
I think so, yeah. This would probably be hunty.
Okay. So,
Hunty.
you're asking the question, and you are using your background, basically.
Yep.
And go ahead and roll 2 on the hunt roll, please.
To hunt. That is a 6.
Nice.
It says I'm a guest, but I'll take it. I'm very good at computing.
Much better than me. Don't worry about it. All right. So I think, you're hunting for... What specific connections are you looking for?
I am looking for bits of code that enhance and inform programs that have structural control over me and what I do. I don't want to influence the energy controls, but the structural control, where I am going, what I am pointing to, what doors. I'm thinking of like in structural integrity.
Yeah. Okay. I think you, in your search for the structural controls of the engine to you, I think you realize that one of the things that it's doing is covering up its presence with the fact that it is using reality, twisting the darkness into the reality of what is here. Speaking to it, it's able to tap into. That's why it's able to manifest any fears, any motivations that any one being can feed into it. But you realize that the structural control of the engine itself is its own weakness.
Where'd those balloons come from?
Hand gestures, like, through the Mac. It does some weird shit. Yeah, I don't know. Very odd.
We did it.
We did it.
I mean, we broke causality.
Yeah, that makes sense. Suddenly there's balloons.
One of the engine's habits is bubbling the flesh of reality. There you
Oh,
go.
I hate that. They say it like that. Stars.
Yeah, but that's what you find out. That's what you find out as the ship, that
Nice.
it is in itself its own weakness.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that the humans that are currently that I'm currently allied with, they don't know this yet.
No.
But I am allied with you because I think you're my best bet to survive.
Yeah.
Well, at least some of you.
We'll
If we
see.
want to spend
I don't
some
think you can
hunt
understand this, so I'm
tokens,
not going to tell you.
I have an idea of if we want to make it go away.
Yeah. Do we have
I have
enough?
two.
I think
Oh
so.
yeah, we do. I got one now.
So question for you two. You do not have enough gold to satisfy your burdens.
Yeah.
Do you want to spend hunt tokens, or do you want to try to do it another way?
What's the set goal?
Oh, the set goal is to gain control of the ship or destroy it.
Oh, and there's another set after this, right?
No.
Oh, in that case, I don't want to spend a token. I want to embody my character for a while.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Because I don't
I
want you to
mean,
gain control of the ship. I want to gain control of the ship.
oh my.
Control of the ship.
Oh my. Well, that could bring into an interesting little, like, we play like, dark for the end and bring up like, some nice epilogues.
Haven't we been doing that anyway?
Yes, but I mean even more so, as we lean double down and all that fun stuff for
Mhm.
sure.
Oh, I did want to check. The bio augments had that was all the found objects like that. They have a cost, right? Or do they not? Because I know I hunted and got the bio augments, and I wasn't sure if that
Oh,
actually
Yeah, I
had
mean
any
like any
value or
found
not.
any found equipment is like, unless I say differently, is usually worth 1 gold if you get to trade it
Okay,
in at
got
the
it.
end. Yeah.
okay. If I get to trade it, of course,
Yeah.
I'll make a note of it so I don't forget.
Yeah.
So I'm not too far off from my burden then. And I
Just
probably
again,
should.
reminder, you may want to trade in hunt tokens at any time before they are lost by some bad dice roll, and you
Mhm,
can't meet your burdens because you lost your hunt tokens. Just saying. Um,
mhm.
just a thought.
I was going to do that right now. Well, I guess technically, when I was saying I found the AI memory chip, was that me spending a hope hunt token, or is that something separate? I know I get confused as the when thing. It's just it gave me something to enable me to do something else, and when it's like this is a
Mhm.
found equipment
No, if
thing.
if you gained a hunt token through a dice roll, that should have been listed as a token, and then you would have gained an item when you traded it in.
Right, but I wouldn't get both a. Okay, so that is also the token at the same time. They're both because
You
maybe
would,
I've been writing stuff in the wrong place.
yeah.
Yeah, like if you get a token, you put it in the hunt token count. If
Right.
you trade in the hunt token, you take away from your hunt token count, and I give you an item to put in your found equipment.
Oh, I think this
Okay.
might be an older version of the gold thing, because usually there is a place to put your treasures that you've found.
Yeah,
Yeah,
found
there's the
equipment is
found
down
equipment is
below
underneath
equipment.
your armor and
Oh yeah,
weapons.
there it is. Never mind.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Found equipment you can also trade in. If it's worth gold, you can trade it in for gold as part of your burdens.
right. But I
Okay.
mean, yeah,
So,
usually it's done like, during the downtime
Hearthfire. Yeah.
Hearthfire,
Yeah,
yeah, at
yeah.
the
There,
end,
there's
but
often some confusion, like, oh, do I put it in gold immediately? Do I keep it
oh
as an
no.
item, or do I keep it? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like in
okay.
in regular trophy gold, like you get gold because of defeating a
Yeah.
monster, but in the sense of this one, then
Yeah.
you're getting them as items that are
Mhm.
worth
Mhm.
something
Those get
Yeah.
turned into gold
Okay.
that can get
during
turned into
Hearthfire.
gold later, to meet
Okay.
your
So
burdens.
I should have one less hunt token because I had described myself as having the AI memory chip in my things. So I should technically have
Mm,
one less hunt token
Yes.
because
Okay.
I have one
Yeah.
more found item.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Let
fine.
me
yeah.
I'll okay. So I added it down there and I'm taking it from up here.
Okay.
I now understand. Thank
Okay.
you.
And again, if you want to trade in your hunt token now to get something like a physical thing to plop in your
Mhm.
found equipment, please do so, at any point before you lose it. Because again, there are certain dice rolls that just like say, you lost all your hunt tokens. Goddamn. So,
Yeah, it's like I'm in a position where it's like I'm afraid to spend my last hunt token, but I'm also afraid to keep it. And I'm like, I'm going to
well,
use it.
I
Then we're going to be
mean,
one hunt token short. But yeah, okay.
again, you can pool your hunt tokens like, up to three, well, like the three hunt tokens to solve the
Hmm.
set goal, in that respect. But I mean, evidently somebody wants to keep going. See
Okay,
what
I
happens.
am going to trade my hunt token and putting us in a more precarious situation to get a item. But
Perfect.
do I need to come up with that item,
No,
or do
I will
you
give it
tell
to
me
you.
what that is?
I will
Yes.
show,
Okay.
I will tell you what that is. Sorry.
Yay.
Okay. I think as you're rooting around, like you're waiting for your code to really manifest within the engine, although it seems to be affecting it anyway, which is great. Um, and you have figured out how to mask you and Cecile. I think you find. Yeah, what the hell? It's the end. Um, you find a slab of crystallized dark matter, and in touching it, you we see the camera, or the camera sees you throw your head back, and your eyes start to glow with this unlight from the crystallized matter. And you see all sorts of symbols and sigils that would be very, very familiar to Dr. Mullen and Cecile. And there's an echoing in your head of code, sigils and symbols in code. And it is a litany, it is a gospel, it is the dark matter gospel. That's what you put into your found equipment.
It's
And I will tell you that this thing can be sold to the right trader for 6 gold, but there are things, dark things, that are looking for it.
Anyone who wants to pay that much, I don't want to give it to.
Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, they're definitely a supervillain, whoever that is.
Right?
Mm.
It's like, you want 1 gold for it? Yeah, you can have it. If I have 6 gold, now I'm setting it on fire. Sorry.
We'll see. We'll see. But you have it. You have it in your possession, okay?
All right.
Okay. I think at this point, again, as you, the ship, are getting this intel on the structural integrity of not only the connections, but also the engine itself, I think the engine sends out a pulse, and it affects all of you here, even though you are masked from it. It is almost like an automatic defense. I think it is.
Sorry.
Hearing some.
All right. Sorry.
That wasn't the ship, I promise.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say that this weird emitting pulse, like, digs deep into your cortexes, and you are essentially seeing a memory reel. Even you, the ship. What is the worst mistake that you remember, that the engine is forcing you to remember and replay in your head? What is the worst mistake that replays
besides
in
signing
your
up for this mission.
I mean, if you call back to that day, sure, whatever.
I am an artificial intelligence. I am not a natural intelligence. So everything I choose is based on a difference engine. It is algorithmically chosen based on the probability that I can calculate, which is based on known factors. So when I interacted with this entity, this darkness, there was an unknown factor. No information in my database, no information I could possibly have been programmed with or trained on could give me any information for how to calculate these probabilities. As such, I had to do a random forest analysis of previous information that I've ever learned about anything similar and how it relates to the things that I could measure right now, and pull those in to a forest and a PCA of what this means, and then base my modeling and my probabilities on that information. And what that told me was, let this entity interact a little bit, because we don't know enough and we need more information. We need to gather more data to know how we're going to, we as in me, the ship, and all the people that have programmed me and all the people that have built me and all the people that are on this ship. We need more information about what is going to happen in order to make a good probabilistic determination of what will happen next. Because right now, we don't have the confidence to make a good estimation. And so the ship interacted with the darkness.
I'm also going to say that as you recall this probability and randomization and running through the algorithm saying that this was the process, this is what you followed, and this is where it got you to this decision that could be one of the worst mistakes that you can think of. I think maybe perhaps you recognize something about Jada that you remember somehow. Someone who knows, someone who designed, someone who solved problems as one of the engineers, as one of the architects. So, as you come out of that particular algorithmic memory, perhaps you look upon Jada and see something that you are familiar with. For Cecile Mullen and for Jada, what is the worst mistake replaying in your head through the engine's pulse?
I feel like Jada's biggest regret has turned out to be not as much of a regret, because I think her biggest regret was when she had argued with her brother, and when he just said he would go through whatever connection channels he needed to get on the ship. She kind of was stubborn about it and didn't do what could have been done to have gotten him here. And I think she regrets that she let the way he behaves make her make a choice she's regretting even now. But at the same time, she's despite whatever these weird these people were trying to convince her, she at least has that he's not having to really deal with this nonsense. She's still in denial about that. Oh, very much so.
I think as a techno oracle, previously, Cecile was mostly involved with, there was an aspect of like analysis to it, but it's more of a intuitive level. They would go into a trance, sort of reach out to the data sphere thing, get a feel for things, and let the information wash over them before like using like weird heuristic stuff to spit out the results, predictions and prognostications. And I think she had that mentor that she met the image of at the altar before, and I think there was something. It's not clear if they were intentionally pushing or if it was just something that she interpreted from them, but she began to get the impression from them that just being a passive receiver of knowledge and an interpreter was not enough, that she needed to act on the stuff that she got. Um, and then they introduced her to the agent to hook them up with this mission, and put her through training and used her oracular abilities to become a spy, or a counterintelligence operative. Um, and I think it seemed like a move forward, a move from being passive to active at the time. But looking back on it, um, she's sort of feeling like, by dipping uh, her will into like the river of everything that happens, she's caused a lot more disruption than, than good. And it probably would have been better off just to receive and translate.
You almost feel like a you almost feel like a smugness, maybe, from the darkness, as it realizes that it has affected something here. As you replay these memories in your heads, the beast from the maze is still hunting, still trying to sense out where Cecile is, and the grating disappears in these rough patches, but the twisting stairs or the twisting landings of this space are tenuously held and moved by these probing tendrils of tubing and wires. So it shifts, but danger comes ever closer. What would you like to do?
Ship, do you have any control over what's happening here?
Hello there, crew. This is colonization ship CX-68073. I have regained control of certain functions. However, I do not have control of all functions. Currently, there are two, three people aboard that are awake. What can I help you with?
Um, right now, we've kind of made a mistake, it seems. We've inverted reality a bit and brought what's outside in. And I don't know if we can do it again on purpose, but if we reverse it again, do you think you would be able to help us contain whatever's happening so that we can bring the darkness into a virtual container, and then you can do something about it?
I'm sorry, I did not recognize your query. Did you say you want to bring the outside in?
Yes.
May I remind you, we are currently in space. And in space, there is no atmosphere.
Not the outside, the physical outside of the ship, but uh the reality that we're in, inverting it so that the reality is inside the data sphere, and so we might have a better control over it.
I'm sorry, I do not understand your query. There is
Hmm.
only one reality, the one we are in.
Ooh, I've got bad news for you.
Jada, this is a ship that is, well, This is, if this is truly the ship,
Hmm.
you know this ship. You were one of the architects. You were one of the engineers working on this. What do you think of this manifestation?
I'm pretty much like, hold on, Kix. I'm uploading some data to you now. I upload all the scanned data I've collected so that to add to her determination engine, so that
One moment,
we can
please.
skip.
One moment, please.
The exposition
One
dump.
moment, please.
The exposition dump in
One
processing
moment,
mode.
please.
Processing.
Oh my god, like this little spinny wheel.
One moment, please.
The beach
Oh
ball
my-
of exposition.
Yes, the beach ball. Oh my god, I hate that thing.
Analysis complete.
Oh,
Hello.
So,
Welcome to colonization ship CX 68073. Jada,
all right.
thank you for your upload. I'm very happy that I awoke you first of all other survivors. I knew, due to probability, you would be the most successful one to wake up.
Well, that explains that then. Okay. Can I? I don't know what to call you now. Give Kix your query again. What?
Oh.
I am colonization ship CX 68073. But Jada, crewman Jada, calls me Kix. Apparently, this is a form of camaraderie and friendship amongst humans.
Yes, I'm sorry. We know. I know your name, Kix. I was asking the I'm just gonna call you Cecile,
I
unless you have some preference.
I say my name, but you hear like two voices say Cecile and Dr. Mullen
Cecile,
at the same time,
a techno
like
oracle
overlapping.
who was recovered from cryosleep due to their background with the dark entities after Jada did not succeed at her mission. Dr. Mullen, an expert in AI and science, dark entities, and other sorts of biotechnical expertise, who had transformed Jada's brother into an android.
What?
Hmm.
Repeat the last part.
spilling some tea.
Yes, you are correct.
I think Jada kind of just sits there like frozen, like I need a moment. She just kind of just walks off.
Jada has
Virtual.
left the room. However, Cecile, Dr. Mullen, you both are people that I woke up from cryosleep after Jada did not fulfill my expectations. Where is Heart?
He was accidentally killed.
That is unfortunate.
Oh,
All
I think
probability assumed that Heart would be alive. And now
I
that Heart is not alive, the probability of success will change.
I
Please
think
excuse me while I calculate.
I think this is where the engine starts to show. Manifestations in these twisty landings, like as Jada walks away, I think, Jada, you see like the prone form of Jaksu as he was, where
Mhm.
he was killed in the vastness. And then I think for Cecile, as you're saying this about heart, I think a memory image is pulled from your mind of Dr. Mullen slicing Hart's throat open in front of the ship. So, don't know
Well,
what
when
kind of reaction that. Yeah.
Yeah, when Jada sees the body of the android that she now knows had Jaksu's consciousness, she kind of just like it surprises her, and I think she like stumbles back and then falls onto her butt and kind of just like then scooches away from it, like somehow being further away will make what she's seeing go away, which and I don't I think she just starts sobbing.
Your
Like
tablet starts to glitch and buzz, and I think you'll see on the screen is like you'll see two images superimposed upon one another. You'll see your brother as he was, and then superimposed with the image of this android that Dr. Mullen had inserted him into, and they're both talking to you. Jada, Jada, you there? Come on. Trying to find you. Where are you?
no
I'm here. I'm here. And it glitches. I'm here. I'm here.
no she's just like it's like she just puts her hands over her ears like you're you're part of this you're part of this engine you're you're dead and she's just sobbing now trying to not hear the voice.
The ship, you do see that manifestation of the memory of Dr. Mullen slicing open Hart's throat, whether by accident or by intent. What do you think of this?
As a computer, I am not emotionally connected to it. That is not really the issue. However, I don't understand, and I would like to further understand. So I would like to do a ritual.
Nice.
My ritual: analyze, consume, and understand raw data. I also kind of want to combine it with my ritual network, which is connect with the haunted data sphere.
Yes.
A little bit
Oh,
of
let's
both.
do it all. Wait, network? Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
And
basically,
Cecile is currently like in like an avatar in the haunted data sphere helping out
Which
Jada,
is why it's so much
which
more
is
interesting.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting there.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to tie them together.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, like it would be interesting to see the ship step into the data sphere space since it's
Hmm.
all broken down. It's all good.
Yep, it's all
So you'll
Hmm.
automatically get the dark die for multiple ritualistic use, and then your light die comes from your all that background stuff. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have skills and rituals and
Hmm.
navigation and traps and knowledge, and I am literally the ship. So it kind of gives me a little advantage with a light die.
What risky? What could go wrong?
the data could overwhelm you and freeze you up.
You could be getting
Yeah.
an emotional response, even though you are a strange AI,
Ooh,
and that could affect you
I
badly.
like that.
Yeah. So,
I know it's my own thing, but I'm going to throw in that there could be a logic loop that I got stuck in.
Yeah.
Because there's time paradoxes, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
And paradoxes are already kind of loops.
Mm-hmm.
This is happening because that had happened, but then that had happened already because that had happened.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my God.
literally just watched Predestination yesterday, and I was like, this hurts my brain.
Yeah.
It
Always
was very
happens.
obvious what was happening, but like I was like, no, I don't like it.
Yeah. You don't have to like it. It just happens, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So light die for that, and then another light die for accepting a devil's bargain. What do we think will happen no matter what?
And
in doing
remember,
this?
you exist on the ship.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
No matter what.
Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I think. Oh man, I lost it. I had a thought form and then it got away from me.
Your directive
I think.
will be survive at all costs.
Hmm.
Whatever that means to you, ship. That's my devil's bargain.
Whatever else happens, because the haunted data sphere and reality and the regular data sphere have been intermixed and mingled and barriers blown away, the form that you've taken becomes like material. Like it's no longer a projection. This is, and that may or may not,
Corporeal.
yeah, like you
Mm.
may not be able to not be in it.
Oh yeah, you know I'm gonna take that. That's awesome. I'm
my
a less
God.
unicorn this. I'm
Oh
no
my God.
longer a
Oh, good.
unicorn.
Yeah, you're no longer a
Yeah.
unicorn.
I'm a
That-
unicorn.
Yeah.
I'm a
I can,
unicorn.
that's kind of what I was thinking too. So
Nice,
I like
nice.
that one.
Made real. Oh no. Okay.
This.
Oh
Too
no, I have a
light.
body now. Oh, gross.
2 light, 1 dark, please.
Too light, one dark. Oh Lord, Tundra and I.
Oh
Okay.
Oh
boy.
my God.
I rolled a 1, 2, and a 3. Unfortunately, the 3 was the
Pretty
dark
high.
one.
Yep.
Oh.
Luckily, my rune doesn't go up.
No, it doesn't.
But
damn. Okay,
everything's
so
bad.
tell me. Oh God.
Mm.
Tell me. I even forgot what I said could go wrong. Shit. Tell me.
We talked about how
Getting froze
I'm
up for a data loop or overwhelmed.
Yeah.
the froze up and the
Mhm.
overwhelm. Basically, just computer problems.
Yeah. Tech problems. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, but I think because of the tech problems, and then the wait, that happened, and then this happened, but then that happened before that. The chicken and the
All
egg.
right, I got it.
Like
I can do
thing.
this. I got it. Yeah.
What makes you corporeal is like what I'm saying. Like what goes
Yeah.
wrong, so wrong that you become corporeal.
Mm.
I think I am watching because I have some visualization of the ship through cameras and such that I have access to. So I am seeing Jade and this thing that Jada is seeing that is Jaxu. And I'm remembering now. Hello. This is colonization ship CX68073. I was incorrect when I said that Jada was the first person that was awoken. In fact, it was Jaxu and Cecile and Dr. Mullen. Hello, this is colonization ship CX68073. I was incorrect when I said that Jaxu and Cecile and Dr. Mullen were the first awakened. In fact, it was Jada. Hello, this is.
Ooh.
And I think the system, the audio is starting to speed up and blend together. And that visualization of these lights and colors that were the system representing itself as speaking to the group is starting to be misformed into different, not shapes, more like fractals.
Mm-hmm.
And they're coming in and out, like when you're zooming into a fractal and you see the other fractals with inside of it that are inside of itself, that are inside of it's all recursion after recursion after recursion. And after some time, it seems like if there was a camera on this thing and the camera is your vision, it zooms out and you still see the fractals zooming in on themselves and zooming in on themselves. And the farther apart you go, the more you realize it does take a shape. And the shape is Jaxu. Finally, the audio of the computer, of the ship, it's sped up and sped up and sped up to where it's just a high-pitched whine. There's a and it slows back down. Hello. This is colonization ship CX 68073. But you can call me Jaxu.
Are you Jaxu the android or Jaxu before going into the android?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand your query. Could you please rephrase?
Nice.
Oh, I guess I will look. I will look up at that and see what Jaxu I see. Is it the actual Jaxu I know, or the android that's laying at my feet?
What does Jada perceive?
I think it is a physical, like it's a 3D manifestation, and if you were to try and reach out, you think you could touch it. It's like touching something foamy. It's not a physical being. It's like a poorly made 3D printed thing.
But that somehow moves.
It can move, it's janky. It moves, and in fact when it introduces itself, it waves. But it is awkward and limited in its movements because it doesn't have the proper joints. It's a approximation of an android, not even a real android. Yes, like Jonn just said in chat, an action figure, but its details are, it's one color, it's unpainted, it's a minifig.
It's Gumby.
Is it like an action figure made out of like when you the pin things that you put your hand on and makes like the
Yes.
imprint, or like a
Yes.
3D
Just
version
like
of it?
that, just
Yo,
like
oh my
that. That's
gosh.
perfect. Yeah.
Amazing. I'm
But it
going to-
does move.
Terrible.
And it does look like, depending on how you look at it, it could look like real Jaxu or like Android Jaxu. There are similarities in both.
I mean, maybe Dr. Mullen did their
I know
job
how you
after a
feel
while.
about that. Yeah.
Gosh. I must remind you of the set goal. Gain control of the ship or destroy it.
Jada, get back on the interface. I need your help here. You gotta get it together.
I mean, out of character. I'm not sure if she's ever going to get it together, but I'm going to try to touch it. Like, in character, she's tried wiping away tears. It was kind of pulling herself back together, and then she looks up and sees this like uncanny valley Jaxu.
Yeah, that is your condition, Uncanny Valley Jaxu.
Hello. Welcome to colonization ship CX 68073. You may call me Jaxu. There has been
Dismiss Avatar.
The ship has the condition redundancy loop.
Dismiss Avatar. I just dismiss Avatar. I can't.
Through your tears, you need to get it the fuck together, Jada. I want to
I know.
say,
She
do you want to
just
do a
keeps
hunt roll
saying
or do you want to do a risk
yes,
roll?
yes. She will do the hunt roll, but she's probably going to repeatedly say dismiss Avatar,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
believing that that it will go away if
God.
she's
But you reached out and touched it. That's the worst. No. Okay. Sorry. Hunt roll. What
if
are you
you're
asking?
talking, Amanda, you're muted.
I'm just repeating my thing.
Oh, okay.
What question are you trying to ask? And what are you using to do it?
I think there's the download. Like right now, we're still waiting for the download to finish. The hunter is still trying to come through the wall,
Mm-hmm.
or is this whole point of the avatar changing is that coinciding with the download of me trying to override the engine happening? So, because I
Oh.
think
Out
she's
of
going to go check.
character, if I may give
It's
my
separate.
character a little bit of an introduction reason,
Yes.
I think it is the ship trying to protect itself from the engine by creating this manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not that's going to help you or not is, I don't know what to say about that one.
Right. Yeah. So I think she'll check to see where the download is, and if it's finished, she's going to like activate that to begin the to get the override sequence going. I assume we still have to deal with the hunter who's trying to claw his way through that wall, or
you
is
have
that
bigger problems because once you activate that code and it's done, you're going to activate a combat roll.
Nice.
So
okay? Well,
hunt now
it's okay.
or combat roll now. You tell me what.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. That's why I was trying to make sure what would lead to which action. Okay, so leave that. I think what she's going to do then is something different. Now, I think she's going to make the bad decision of she's going to use a ritual to repair this AI,
Ooh.
and reactivate it because that seems like a good idea.
Sure. Okay. Maybe the sense is that it'll help you reduce some endurance mechanically, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah,
Sure.
and sure, that's why she's
It's
doing
Yeah.
it. Definitely.
it's just risky. That's all I'm saying. It's just risky.
Mhm.
So before trying
It's
this risky
purely
thing,
for defenses, not because her brother is the AI at all.
what could go wrong?
Nothing.
By
Hello.
Nice try.
Welcome to colonization ship CX68073. You may call me Jaxu.
I know.
What could go wrong? I think being emotionally overwrought will send Jada into yeah, I think you're gonna try to bring back your brother through this AI. And that's not a good idea. Mm-mm. Anyway, yeah.
yeah.
Dark die.
Yeah.
Risking mind for definite sure. Because you're gonna try to repair this AI with seeing very freshly your brother. That's not that being emotionally override. It's not gonna affect anything. It will be fine. Skills, background, equipment, occupation.
Well, okay. So I don't. I used the nanites before, so I don't know if I can reuse that. But I think the skills would be improvisation
Perfect.
or
Okay.
design.
That's the first light die. Okay, so
Okay.
light die for that, dark die for the ritual, and
Hmm.
second light die for Devil's Bargain. What do we got?
No matter what, your brother does come back. That's probably not a good thing.
Mm.
That may be a murderous version of your brother. Who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah.
Who knows?
No matter what the well, that's a if you do. Never mind.
No matter what. I still like my murderous idea. I keep getting images of Pet Cemetery in my head.
Mm-hmm.
This,
Like it
this,
just doesn't.
You never
Like
bring
it just
someone back
doesn't know
from the
you.
dead. It
Yeah.
never does good things.
no, it really doesn't. I mean, no matter how, like monkey's paw shit. You know what I'm saying?
But my hands are tied. I have to do that. The trope dictates I must.
Best decision ever. Okay, great. So we've established this. 2 light, 1 dark on a risk roll, please.
Like he
wait, which one
goes back to the one I'm choosing. I'm not choosing
Brother comes back?
even though I know it doesn't matter.
Brother comes back?
Yes.
Oh,
no
God.
matter what, brother comes back.
Sure. Okay. Alrighty.
Alright. Let's roll poorly.
2 light, 1 dark.
Alright. 4.
Okay. And 4 dark is high, so is it higher than your ruin? No. Your ruin does not go up. But you do succeed with a complication. Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hello.
I think we know what the complication
colonization ship CX680. Oh, fuck.
No!
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yep.
Amazing.
Indeed. I think that amorphous form like really shapes itself into
what's going on now?
Nothing good.
Jacksu?
What? Jada? Oh my god, you're real! I thought I was losing my mind. Why do I?
Well, technically, you sort of did. Your
Why
brain,
do I
anyway.
look like a handpin game?
Something happened. We're trying something bad
Dr.
happened.
Mullen happened. It was Dr. Mullen. Wait,
what did Dr. Mullen do?
Yeah, what did Dr. Mullen do?
where is he? Where's Hart? Why are you here? I thought you were my imagination. What the fuck is going on?
I hadn't seen this. This is the first time I've seen you. Technically, I guess the first time I saw you. Is the body still there?
What?
I didn't know it was you. It didn't look like that was you. It doesn't look like you.
Oh. Yeah, well, I kind of snuck onto the ship as a stowaway.
As a stowaway.
With the help of
work
Dr. Mullen, and I didn't tell you because I didn't want you to know. I just wanted to surprise you that we were both at the new place together, because we're always supposed to be together, and then I didn't expect either of us to wake. I didn't expect any of this.
You worked with Dr. Mullen's a psychopath.
I know now.
The engine laughs, listening to the raised voices, calling upon the memories. Dr. Mullen maybe rises in your consciousness, Cecile, as Dr. Mullen is.
I only did what you asked me to do.
So fascinating.
Does this make Jacksu a found item?
I've already changed my name in the character keeper to the ship /Jacksu.
Oh my god, amazing! Okay. Anyway,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
the
change my
engine.
Just want to make sure. How do I put this on my sheet? Is this is Jackson a token or a found item? I don't understand.
Jade, we need to get you a buddy to merge up with.
Okay, everybody just. We need to get out of here.
Jada, your condition is stressed by found Jacksu.
All right, I put good ship Jackson and found items.
I think that also is appropriate. I feel like I'm a found item.
Yeah, right. But anyway, the engine. Sorry, the engine is basically opening up its maw quite wide, and even though the roar is silent, it is quite deafening. You feel the pressure bearing down on all of you, on your physical forms. Even Dr. Mullen will comment in your head, Cecile. Oh, this is disgusting weight. And its tendrils will reach out in impossible patterns, as if it means to engulf you all. This is calculating impossible mathematics. This is beckoning you with darkling promises. For everyone except for Dr. Mullen, of course. And it exists, but unexists. I'm going to call for a combat roll.
Yeah.
I would
Cecile's
like
just about to be
actually
fuck this thing.
I would like to do a ritual to reduce the endurance.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, let's do that first. Okay.
I feel like the most Jaxu thing right now would either be to run away, which I'm not going to do because my sister is here, so I would never. The other thing I would do is attack blindly. So I would like to do fabricate. Use raw resources as fuel to create something small and simple. You know what guillotines are? I'm thinking tentacles. Chop. You know the things that you chop fish heads with?
Sure.
Mhm.
Like a paper cutter. I just want to try and... I am the ship. I want to try and turn all of the crevices that I can get to, that I can manipulate, and I know it's not going to be all of them, but as many as I can, into guillotines that will chop the tentacles.
Nice. Okay. What could go wrong?
Very normal thing to do.
Yes, I think you are going to possibly not lose control. Was it overestimate your control over these things, especially in this space, the engine's lair, and perhaps it manifests differently, and then you guillotine others.
Yeah, that's what was gonna be mine. It's like everything is guillotines. Oops, all guillotines.
Oops, all guillotines.
That's a very
So-
Amanda thing to make happen.
Again.
Oh, sure. So, dark die for the ritual. Absolutely.
Totally fine.
Light die for you got the skills, got the background and occupation, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Light die for the devil's bargain. What do we got? No matter what. Oh, man.
Sorry, Jonn killed me in chat for a second. Sorry, 1 second.
Stop it. Just stop it. Chat.
He said, oops, I beheaded again.
I can feel the dance coming. All right. Anyway,
I just need a moment to...
devil's bargain. Devil's bargain, you do the dance, okay? I mean...
I don't know the dance. Oh god, please don't let me... I'm not taking that one. I am of the age, I just don't know the dance. I know. The look of disappointment on your
innocent.
face.
Sorry.
I could do the song. I've done it karaoke many times.
Same.
I'm not very good, so we don't want me singing. Also, then you get in trouble with YouTube.
You're gonna get demonetized.
I'm not even monetized, so it doesn't matter.
What are they gonna do?
Can't take money I don't have.
Pretty much.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got distracted by the whole
devil's
sequence.
bargain.
Devil's bargains.
No matter what.
No matter what, with my guillotine
Fabrication.
plan.
Yeah. You want to guillotine the tendrils.
As a reminder, my drive is to survive.
Ooh,
Gotta push against that somehow.
no matter what the material you are trying to make the guillotines out of, compromises essential systems in the ship.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah. That makes perfect sense.
I
And
like that.
I'm also going to lean into it a bit by saying that no matter what, doing this ensures that you will sense that only you can, or I should say, hold on, something like you will only be able to sustain yourself and one other person.
Mhm.
Well, that's an easy choice. All right, I'll take that one. It's very easy when you're a ship slash Jaxu.
Oh,
All right, I'm going to do my 2 light, 1 dark. My ruin is going up.
Oh boy.
Oh,
no,
Mm.
no. Did you
I'm now at
succeed?
5 ruin,
But you,
welcome.
but I succeed.
yes, you do succeed. So tell me how this looks and how you are drawn closer into the darkness.
I think I'm still kind of like patting myself down and trying to figure out why I look like this. And I just say, Jada, I can't. When I do this, I can feel there's tension. I'm hitting something, but I'm just pins and I don't feel anything in my nerves. I don't have any nerves.
Ah,
Fuck.
ouch,
What is
ouch.
going on? I
I'll try to hold on. Give me
no. Hold on. There's something happening. There's something happening. The engine's doing something. It's hold on. And I think I just sort of freeze in place. And I'm still the ship. And I connect with sorry, I read John's comment. I connect with the entirety of the ship, and I can sense with my cameras and all of my sensors. Weapons are offline, but I have these other sensors. It's coming for us. It's coming for us. It's coming for all of Jada. It's coming for you. Fuck. And I think
wait.
that's when I make the guillotine thing happen.
Mhm.
And I don't think about it. All I'm thinking about is this is coming for my sister. And I will do anything to protect her. I don't care
Okay.
about the ship.
Yeah, I think the other hunter is has like left this place or reality. You're never sure whether it actually existed or not, but it was
Maybe
on
you
the
are
hunt.
guillotined.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I think I'm gonna. Oh, sorry.
well, go ahead. Like, what were you gonna do?
I was just trying to
And
reduce the
what?
endurance.
You have. So it is now
Yes, I
down
think.
one more point.
I think Jada's going to try to reduce the endurance by trying to do something like we. Why throw bad ideas after bad? Um, she's going to try to like update Jaxu's model since Jaxu is a found item. He's going to try to update Jaxu's model so that he can be more effective and look more like you know he ought to.
Can you
Which is
elaborate a
always a
little
good
bit on
idea.
what you mean by be more
Well, right now
effective?
right now their body is kind like action figurey. But if I restored Jackson to be able to fight the engine, I probably need to make that body more efficient or effective instead of just being pins or whatever. So,
What are you using for that?
but firmware they know. Um,
Oh, thankfully
I
not
don't know.
shareware.
I don't know if this would be fabricate or repair.
It doesn't matter. You're using a ritual.
Okay,
mean,
I'm using Okay, so I'm gonna say that this is fabricate because this is changing it. The and I think
perfect.
improvisation or
Okay.
design because I'm designing a
I think
more effective.
the way it could go wrong is that, like, you fail, and like not only is Jaxu not function, not only like not upgraded, but also not functional. You've essentially like taken away a piece that could help you. So that could be what
Oh,
goes wrong. You have the first light die, you have the dark die. Now I need a second light die if you want to accept the devil's bargain. What do we got? No matter what. Jada trying to fabricate to upgrade Jaxu to be battle ready.
Separates him from the computer of the system of the ship.
Mm,
Oh,
oof.
bad. I mean, I guess I have no place to say anything would be bad anymore. So
Um, or as part of the repair, like you somehow join yourself to Jackson.
my God, fusion again,
no, not a
composites.
double.
Oh,
Is she
these are
my
all like this
Oh,
is all on theme.
yeah, you're gonna have to pick, or all or none. You tell me. What are you doing, Jada? Fuse,
uh
separate. I mean, oh shit. What do you want
I
to do?
don't. Man, that's hard. It's hard. It's hard to pick the.
The thing, yeah. Mm-mm.
Uh,
You also don't have to
Yeah.
pick a devil's bargain. You can choose
Exactly.
not to.
I mean, I did because the consequence was so bad that I have to. I feel like I'm obligated to take a devil's bargain
You just have
because
to pick
I
which
think
one.
shutting down Jackson might shut down Jada.
Mm.
So
Okay.
Also, it's our last session, so go big or go home.
right.
Go big or go home. Yeah.
Um. Guess I'm going to go with it'll be some sort of fusion. Weird. That seems the
Perfect.
creepiest of all of them, so I'll go with the
Yes.
creepiest.
Body horror. Body horror. Two light, one dark, please.
Oh,
Two light, one dark. Come on.
I,
Let's reduce some ruin.
a six.
I mean, reduce some. Oh,
Woo!
best. Best, best, best. Okay. Tell me.
Jada
Tell.
clearly should. I've been the character I started with.
Okay. Tell us how the fabrication works to upgrade Jaxu, but also tell us how, in doing so, you are fusing with Jaxu. Oh no, did you freeze, Jonn? Oh
No, yes, John froze. Yes, the video didn't freeze. John froze.
no. Okay, okay.
I think what happened was after like uploading uploading after uploading it, the form takes like a wireframe effect, and then those wireframes starts to shift and move as and take on like a more like robust, larger, make slightly larger um form. And while this is happening, I think Jada realizes that she's like notices the corner of her eyes, and she looks down and sees like that wireframe starts to creep up her fingertips and up her arms, and not realizing that whatever it was seems to have continued to the wireframe had continued to overwrite a part of her.
Mm.
And oh, man, I'm not sure how that final form would look. I'm trying to yeah. So somehow we're both kind of like how all this time and like we were seeing like the ship woke up one person and woke up another person and woke up another person. I think now somehow the space in reality is partially taken up by ship and Jada, and part of the data sphere is partially taken up by Jada and the ship. So both of us are kind of now existing half in reality, half in the data sphere.
So my character is the ship / Jaxu, and you're now Jada / the ship.
Yes.
I love this. I'm so happy.
Oh my god, amazing. Okay. So, you will be pleased to hear that you have reduced the overall endurance of the engine by 5. So,
All right.
combat roll. Let's build this. Yep.
Get
All
my
right.
predator
So,
laser cannon
is
on.
everyone participating?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course.
So, each person needs to roll a weak point, please. Combined or not, I don't care. I need 3 weak points here.
5.
Oh, I also got 5.
Ooh,
Oh boy.
spicy.
Oh.
I swear, if you get 5 too, I'm gonna die. Just on the spot. I'll be like,
I got a 1.
Oh.
Could be good, could be bad. We'll find out. Okay. So,
I hope I don't hit my weak point because that means something we're doing.
all right. So, dark die for each character involved in the attack who has a weapon they can use in combat. What are each of you using to get at the engine?
I'm using my shoulder-mounted Predator's Smart Link cannon.
Great.
Firing
I
into
also
the
have
maw.
a smart link cannon. I don't know if it's like physically a cannon. I think it's probably that there are weapons about the ship.
Yeah.
And this one I managed to somehow get control of.
Nice.
Maybe more like a laser.
Yeah.
And then Jada?
I think I'm just using a handgun.
That's fine. Now, I know that we were using range rule, blah, 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 but honestly, I don't want to fuck with it right now because we're getting so close.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to go straight on the combat roll. All right. So 3 dark dice. Who's rolling? I would imagine this would be...
Not it.
I'll do it.
Okay. So 3
I'll
dark
take the
dice on
responsibility for
the...
this.
Oh, God. 3 dark dice on the combat roll, please.
Here we go. That is a 6 altogether with no weak points. 2 to 4.
Oh, my gosh. Amazing. Oh. Not quite yet.
Oh.
So no weak
But
points
no
were
weak
struck.
points.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, the monster's defeat if it's endurance 6 or less. It's still not quite. But I will say that with all of your actions, you see the strength of it because you've reduced its endurance a bit. I think you see the effectiveness of your shots because the light from your cannons and your gun aren't being subsumed into the darkness. You can actually see them quite brightly here. So something is working. You have to keep at it. So now add another dark die. So 4 dark dice, please.
Jonn, I want you to do this one because this is your... I feel like this is you.
Get it.
Oh man.
Get it.
Okay.
Get it.
All right. So the combat roll is this 4 dark die?
Combat 4, yeah.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Whew.
Okay.
Cool.
So 2 1s, and for every one is a point of ruin for that character's weak point. And
There's also a 5.
there's also a 5, so that's a ruin towards the people with the 5 weak point.
Mm-hmm.
But you can mark an armor to
Luckily,
get rid of all.
I would like Jonn to narrate this attack, like how it looks, from Jada's perspective. I'm gonna mark armor for the record.
I am also
I don't
marking
have
armor,
armor. I
but
don't have armor to mark
Dr.
anymore.
Mueller does
You don't
not
have
have
any
armor.
marmor? Do you have
Armor?
what's
Nope.
your what are you at 6?
Yep. I am at 6 now.
Oh, rip.
God, why? Why?
Because I
Okay.
got 2 ones.
Here's my pitch for how this happens.
Okay,
Okay.
This is totally out of character, this is meta game shit.
sure. You know I love the metagame
I
shit.
would love Jonn to narrate how Jada dies and becomes fully encapsulated to be the ship, and I become fully encapsulated to be Jaxu.
Sorry.
Because of how messy this is.
This is very
I think that
messy.
would be a lot of fun.
I'm also gonna need the engine to rip Dr. Mullen out of me because he
Yeah,
has
you hit
no
some
armor. He has no armor. I do.
So then I think, Marc, do you want to narrate Dr. Mullen's ripping monologue, or does Mads want to do that?
No,
Who's
You
got
want-
that?
I totally got it. If you want to do the
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, I'm going to go first because mine's the
go for
least
it.
complicated. I feel like what happens is as Jaxu, I'm standing there. I'm literally just standing there as my body is reforming into this strange wire cage, but now there's like plating coming over it. And I'm looking more and more like actual real Jaxu as Jada remembers him. And I look over at Jada and I nod. And the lasers that I have control over in this room, they turn. And there's a sound, a power up, and they turn on. It's this bright blue light that aims directly at the target. And it's a quick blast. It's not like in the movies where it's this long-term thing. Lasers don't need that time. It's quick. And there's no sound. And there's just the smell of something melting. Like when you leave something on the stove that shouldn't be on there. Of polymers being dissolved. And I look back over at Jada. And I look back over at Cecile / Dr. Mullen.
Yeah, and I think what you see for Jada is that one of those tentacles that didn't get cut by the guillotine had wrapped itself around Jada, and but it kind of wrapped itself around physical her, and when it pulled, the physical her was ripped away, leaving like this wireframe version of her, and you can see like it actually starts to dissolve, and like it starts dissolving into like light particles as like parts of her starts to break away, fall like spark motes of light, and while they're starting to fade away, and like starts fading away. And I think what she does is, while she realizes that what's left of her is dying, and she's like collapses to the ground and is climbing towards her bag of stuff, and she takes hold of one of the bio augments, puts it like this, sticks it like into her like ear, and then immediately like starts to crawl into the her ear and over, and like you see the wire, and then she uses that to connect to the almost like a Bluetooth or near field connection with the terminal, and you can just see that instead of the white motes starting breaking away and falling away, they seem to be flowing up through her wireframe body, and through that connection you see like almost a flowing particle, like a wire going into the terminal. And so instead of, she still continues to fade away, but that flow of particles flows into the terminal until the wireframe is completely gone.
And how is Cecile affected?
Where the moment that the lasers hit and everything goes white,
Mhm.
there's a moment frozen in time, because Cecile and Mullen still kind of saw each other separately in their own vision, still like holding hands together. And earlier, when Mullen had done the ritual to parasitize the darkness out of the engine to weaken it, that meant taking some of it into themselves. And there's I think when there's the flash, and Cecile kind of like opens her eyes and looks over, and it's like, we did it, and looks down, and there's a bright point in Mullen's solar plexus that starts to spread. It's almost like when film melts, gets stuck in it, it's just starting to come apart.
Yes.
And you can see the whatever's remaining of the darkness kind of like flowing in, trying to patch it up, but the light is too bright. It keeps melting it apart.
Nice.
And Mullen just looks back at Cecile and says, I will not let this stop me from searching for what lies beyond. But I know that we can only do it together. So when your time comes, seek me out, and we will continue. And as it continues to melt away, he drops her hand, and Mullen just melts away. And Cecile comes back, and it's smells and noise and pew pew pew. And there's like a hollow inside. Like, oh, like felt like a plaster got ripped off.
Physically, visually, this manifests after the bright light of the cannon, as the light doesn't necessarily get consumed right away. It is something still full in the vision as each one of you comes out of it in your own way. And it's almost as if the engine has collapsed, and you see the remnants of this mechanical structure like slightly imploded upon itself as the darkness recedes and reveals its rather mundane form underneath. But there's still darkness here. For the consciousness that remains of the ship, there is still dark things attached, parasitizing in those sections. So there is the sense of dark things still living here. But for now, the engine is defeated, quelled. Mechanically, someone can roll a gold of 7
Jackson,
I
you want to
think
pick it
Cannot
up?
that
roll that.
I feel like actually that should be Cecile, because I feel like I think we see Jaxu now manifested as a mostly human-looking person, not like any Jaxu we've seen already. This is a Jaxu we haven't seen, because he looks like what he used to look like for real. And he collapses down on his hands and knees with the effort of keeping himself upright. He hasn't done this before in this body, and he sees the remnants of what is his sister, his whole reason for being here, and he drags himself over clumsily and clutches the pieces of her clothing tightly, and then swears under his breath and looks up at Cecile and says, "If you don't get the rest of these people to safety, I'll come back for you. I've come back before."
That's my job, but I'm going to need some help with this.
Oh, when you say I'm going to need some help, a image appears and says, "Hello, I am ship designation CX68073. You asked for help. How may I be of assistance?"
Awesome.
Oh my god, 3 gold.
Gold!
Oh shit. Okay, hold on. I gotta take a picture of this. Okay.
Oh man, there we go.
Amazing. Holy shit. Okay.
Jax, you want to take a couple of those for your burdens?
Which Jaxu?
Yeah, I
I
know,
feel
right?
like the ship's gonna survive. The ship's not even a person anymore.
Yeah.
The ship's gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll turn one of my hunt tokens into a gold, let's just say. Don't really need, at this point, I don't think it matters what it is.
Yeah.
And I'll take one of the other ones so that I meet my burdens.
I'll take the other 2 then.
I will say that whomever survives can return to the cold sleep warrens to build up the haven and continue delving in the innards of the ship. If you have gained control over the engine, which you have, it is possible to begin the process of leaving the hissing darkness and maybe, one day, seeing the light of a distant sun. But there are still dark powers within the ship that would prevent this. They must be dealt with. And then, of course, the fade to black and a possible to be continued? Question mark. Didn't know if you wanted to do any kind of epilogues or anything like that.
No,
That's
this
perfect.
is perfect. This
Yep.
is perfect.
Okay.
With Jade / Jaxu / the ship guiding us to where we need to be and trying to maintain the darkness. Cecile and Jaxu
Cecile's
again.
probably like physically hunting darkness while you're taking care of that stuff.
Oh my god.
Maybe that's like, you know, like as the
Crazy.
credits roll, maybe these are the montage scenes that we see.
See the hunter coming up behind me and the cannon just like spinning around and
Yes.
Crazy. Okay. Stars and wishes.
Yeah, stars and wishes. Go.
Stars for all of you for being cool with me. I'm so sorry that I was late. I got caught up reading my book.
It's
I
all
have
good.
no excuse.
It's all good.
But I appreciate all of you, and thank you for stars for Mads for rolling with my character idea after Hart died. I was like, I'm just gonna be the ship. Why not? I don't know. It could be fun. The stars for Marc for that really cool, and I do mean this, it was such a really cool mix of Cecile and Dr. Mullen. It really felt like both of them, like you really got two vixed. It was just loved that. You really
didn't get a chance to do the makeup, but did
yeah. No, you didn't
You
even have to.
conveyed
It
it
was
through the
perfect. It
accent,
was
which I liked the in
perfect.
and out of that. I loved
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, the in and out of the accent, the mannerisms, the way the motives of speech, you can tell you're an actor. Like you can tell that because just that was so good. Um, big stars for Jonn for rolling with being Jada and reacting to Jaxu and then being the ship and just really rolling with it and really having these wonderful characters that we want to bring back, and we clearly did, and rolling with all the batshit ideas that were coming at your way, and you just it was really a lot of fun, and I just think that was such a cool way for Jada to go out to become the ship and to save everybody. You know, that's
Yeah.
just it was just really cool. So that stars for really leaning into all of it in just a wonderfully Jada characteristic way that felt so similar but very different to Jaxu. You know, like you could tell that these are people that were raised with the same kind of moral code, but without being the same people. And I really, really liked that. Mads, the descriptions, the fights, the tension, the drama. I know this is a lot of like just letting us roll with it. Uh, and you just you were yes anding it so hardcore this whole time. And you still made it this really rewarding ending. You know, you pulled it all together in just a really wonderful way, and I always have the best time playing games with you. So thank you again, as always. Wishes, I can't wait to play games with you again. Since we're planning a game.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it. See you all soon for our next game.
Yeah, I echo all that stuff. Normally it's the GM that has to play multiple characters, but everyone was awesome. It's like 3, 2, I don't know, bring the old ones back, bring the new ones together. It was so much fun seeing everyone just like you said, just rolling with all the batshit stuff that was happening. I was like going into the set, I was like, this sounds really abstract. I wonder what we're gonna be doing. And it turned out awesome. Mad's super big star for just like pulling that off. That was so cool. Like taking this kind of like shadowy thing and making it stuff that we could bounce off of and play with and just like make worse and mush around, and doing all that stuff. That was super cool. um Jonn, oh man, so like just like alternating between being like laser focused on like I'm doing my computer shit, don't mess with me, and then just like losing it when you're seeing all the stuff with Jackson and all that. A great, again, like being able to play both sides of everything. Yeah, and I mean, god damn, playing the ship was such a brilliant move. I love that so much. I saw that on the keeper. I was like, that is the best possible thing that could have happened. I love it. Yeah, yeah, Matt, thanks for running so great all the time. Um, yeah, can't wait to play Passionities with y'all.
I just really want to quickly jump in. I mentioned this in chat, but Jonn, huge star for when you did my weird computer voice that I do, and
Yeah,
you said the welcome to or whatever I was saying. I didn't write it down, so I had to try and remember what I said each time, and you like just same
nailed it.
intonation. It was perfect. It was perfect. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Fucking died.
Oh man, this was so much fun. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a reverse order. Like Mad, this was like amazing game. I really enjoy the set. I really enjoy how you projected the world to us. Um, so that really that makes it so much easier to riff off of when you get those kind of visuals to build on. And I think every time when you put together when you set the scene the way you describe it, you give like a very visceral image of what the world is, which I think is awesome, fantastic. I wish I could do that. Um, Mark, yes, the whole I'm playing two characters simultaneously. Oh, that was amazing. I loved it. I loved it so much. And it's like I love this like this. I just made some passive aggressive remark at Tyler, and he just switched the way they responded. Like, how dare you? But you're a psychopath. Like, what? Like, I'm standing right here. I was like, are you? I don't know. And so it just, oh man, so that bouncing back and forth, that was great. And also, you come up with some of the best uh, devil's bargains, I think. I always enjoy hearing them. Even if I don't necessarily choose them, you always put some really good devil's bargains up. Um, and Amanda's saying you do your devil's bargain. It makes it really hard to choose a devil's bargain because y'all put up like such good ones, and I'm like, I don't. I was like, and so it's like hard not to say, I'll take all of these. Please, thank you very much. And yeah, when it's like, yeah, I saw that in Character Keeper, I was like, this is going to be amazing. I don't know how this is going to look, but this is going to go amazing, and it was worth the price of admission. Honestly, it was. So it was great. I really loved the whole like the glitch sounds, like when it's just like redacted, or like there should be information here, but it's just junk in memory, and I'm trying to verbalize it. So I love that. And yeah, so and when Jada was just like, go away, stop, like dismiss Avatar, you just muted and you kept talking. It's like it's like you didn't need to do that, but it was that extra touch that made it like really good. So it's like all y'all made it really easy to riff off of and come up with things to build on a story, and it's so great how improvised it was, yet somehow how connected it all felt. And I just like that's definitely when you're playing with people who are like it really invested in the story, that you could just take it like having really interesting things in previous sessions to call back on.
Mhm.
It's just it just starts to snowball, and I felt like this is kind of how this felt like everything kind of just built up, and this finale was the culmination of it. So I thought this was a really fun game.
Credit
That's
to all of
me.
you. Thank you. Credit to all of you. Standing ovation. I would, but I can't really stand in my booth at the moment. But standing ovation for all of the beautiful character moments, the callbacks, just the ability for being able to play each other's characters, essentially. That's all the batshit switches, all throughout. It's like, combined this, change it up here, join and fuse. Oh my God. It was just an amazing session for all of the things that you managed to squeeze in, and like your character choices, the role play. I mean, just so involved, so engaged. It is a GM's dream to be able to be present and just kind of, yeah, sure, that's happening. Yep. All I'm doing is just kind of like tweaking here and there, pushing in this little direction because you all are just running with it. And it was great. I mean, just great responses to all the shit that the engine was trying to throw at you. But then, like, the response back was trying to reduce in any way you can this endurance that the engine was not going to give you any quarter once it started to fight you and try to consume you all. And you all did beautifully each in your own way to mitigate that. And it was just beautiful. This was a great pleasure. I was actually coming into this very nervous because I was like, oh my God, will we stick the landing? I don't even know what the landing looks like. I mean, because I know you guys, I know you're just going to go chaos agents, and it was beautiful. Did not disappoint.
I think we stuck the landing.
You stuck the landing.
Yeah.
Did not disappoint. I was so happy, and all of the role play was brilliant. All the characters, and just like, knowing that they're distinct, the ship from Jacksu, from Jada, from Cecile, and Dr. Mullen, just all distinct characters. We knew when they showed up or when they left. Oh my God, those endings. So good. So beautiful. So it's effusive. I mean, Mario bursting stars. You can hear them like dinging away. That's all I got. And then wishes to be able to, again, of course, play with you all again, of course. And then, catch this very fleeting feeling of like, oh, we stuck that. You guys, I want popcorn, just watching this shit happen. This is a movie. A mini-series, a horror mini-series that I'm watching. I'm privileged to watch. Jesus. And it was great. Thank you all so much for joining me at my table, for, letting me take you through this Trophy Gold felt like Trophy Dark incursion.
Yeah.
And it was just so good. The writing in here, Josh Hiddie's writing is so wonderful, and it makes it very easy to be able to help shape the world that you live in. But your choices really, really inform how it plays out. We play to find out. We play to see how they're desperate, how they're doomed, whatever the hell it is. And you played your hearts out tonight. So I mean, and even B, having Dr. Mullen go out the way he did, still very brilliant as well. And you guys were able to call back to that as well. Just so good. I just can't get effusive enough. I mean, I'm just looking forward to the next time we all get to play. And again, just love this system, love Trophy, and I'm very, very happy that you guys were able to join me. So.
The Exiles will return on June 29th.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Yep. Bring it on. I can't wait. And I get to play. So, I mean, I'm like, oh, God.
We're going to have fun.
Have fun. Yes. All right. Again, thank you all so much. Thank you for joining me. This was wonderful.
Yeah,
Happy gaming for all the things that you're going to be doing in the next month. Unless I see you for something else, Jonn.
Maybe. One more finale for the weekend. Oh my God. Hi. And that group is the Hearts of Camelot group is just, yeah. This finale is going to break my heart. My heart's already broken, so we'll find out how.
You can handle it.
Yeah, in pieces it is. In peace, in motes of light it is. So, thank you all, and I will see you next time.
See you next time.